Hello fellow boneheads and coneheads. In today's video, we're going to take a look at Masterpiece Ultra. You guys know where that's from? You know, Killer Instinct, when you do the Ultra combo, they're like Ultra. Anyway, MPU-01 Destron New Jetron Warrior Thrust version 2.0, which would imply that, I don't know, that there is a version 1.0 floating out there. I've never seen that. Well, this is the first time I'm messing with their products, and so that's on me. But yeah, he looks pretty good. And he's based off of the new Starscream mold, and they kind of show that over here. My only experience with the Masterpiece Thrust has been the one from Takara, and also from that of Make Toys. But yeah, you can see the similarities, right? And so this guy is a little bit different. He is much sleeker than the aforementioned two thrusts that I mentioned, and I think it's pretty good. There are some areas that feel a little sus, a little iffy, griffy, but I'll show you all of that in this particular review. And so without further ado, let's pop him out of the box. All right, so here he is all out of the box, and here are the accessories that he comes with, and we'll go over it in a second. First thing I want to talk about is this. This is the stand. The plastic is slightly cheap. And I had a lot of difficulty actually getting these to kind of teeth in together. There was a lot of plastic flash that I had to shape. I mean, you can see some of it like still over here. But yeah, just know that if you want this track to fit, which is kind of like slips on top, you do need this to sit flush. You can't have the teeth just be hitting the teeth. It has to go in all the way. It's going to require a little bit of elbow grease, but it is possible. And then you have this arm that is adjustable, and this will basically just sit down on over here. There are no ratchets over here. It's just kind of like a friction joint. And I'm not going to lie, I'm a little bit concerned about that piece. I know, this is gross. I know I have a hole in my finger. But it's healing up fast. But this thing is supposed to sit on top, right? And this is supposed to then hold the jet. But I don't know, man. I don't know how I feel about that, to be completely honest. I wish there was a little bit more ratchety ratchets. I wish I could feel a little bit more confident in this. But I guess it slips on like that, but I don't know, man. I just feel a little bit weird about this just because the composition feels a little bit soft to me, but it's up to you. It's up to you whether you're going to display them like that. And so anyway, let me put this to the side. He comes with these blasters and null rays that kind of like combine together, and I haven't quite figured out the gimmick in terms of how they work, but yeah, we'll look at that later. And so those are right there. He comes with a couple of blast effects and also face replacements, but more importantly, let's just kind of look at the bot. Dude, my hands are itching right now. Like there's some weird chemical on here or something. A couple of QC issues right out the bat. You can see that is this called an aileron or a stabilizer. You can see I have two of the same on the side. If this is the left one, yeah, I have two left ones, and yeah, whatever, dude. I've had worse things happen. But I would probably say the most problematic thing for me is this bit over here. I just can't get it to sit flush. I've done several transformations of this trying to like straighten it out, but I just cannot get it to sit flush. And that's unfortunate because I would say for the most part, the manufacturing on this is quite nice. The paint is done pretty well. Some areas, there's a little bit of overspray and some smudging. You can see like that right over there, and you can see this over there. So it's not the best, but it is pretty good. It is pretty good, especially for like a, I don't know if this is a full-on KO because this obviously doesn't exist, but it is based off of the mold. So let's call it a third-party mold mate, so to speak. And these, I'm not sure if these are done right, but it looked a little bit strange that there's this kind of like break from this to this thruster. Like, I don't know. I thought it would be just more streamlined, but maybe that's how it looks in real life. Is this even a real jet with these VTOL things? I have no clue, right? Never even bothered looking that up. But they do spin. The little fans do spin, so that's kind of cool. The undercarriage is not the worst thing, but it's not the best thing in the world. But they've done their best to clean it up. I know these things, again, are all from Starscream. And the landing gear are going to be present over here. I forget how they come out, but okay, it's just that. And then you got to lift this bit out and then pull the tires out. Wish my nails were longer for this, but yeah, tires, they look decent enough. They spin, the wheels aren't popping off, and so that's that. And then we have the 4-1 over here by the nose cone. And there we go. And how do I fish that out? Whatever, dude. I can't fish that out right now. But just know that it's in there, and yeah, it'll properly like stand on all the tires and stuff. But yeah, there's some KO-iness about it. Like there's some areas where the tolerances are too tight, and other areas that are a little bit loose, and spacing and fitting and stuff like that just kind of like not being the best. And this thing with the QC stuff. So again, not perfect, but it is pretty nice, man. The visually and just kind of like its display presence, it's very cool. And this to me, when I look at it, says thrust. And when you transform them into bot mode, also this to me says thrust way more than the other two versions that were released by Takara and also like Make Toys. And yeah, that's pretty much it for his jet mode. And so let's go into bot mode. Full disclosure, I'm not that familiar with the bot mode yet, and so I may stumble a few steps here and there, and so just kind of bear with me, all right? Alrighty, let's do this like Buddhist Judas. I gotta say, the paint is pretty decent, but yeah, just kind of noticing that there are some like little blemishes here and there. But yeah, I forgot to kind of talk about that. That overall, there's a lot of paint on this, and it's done well, but yeah. Could be done better. Could be done better. Okay, so I'm going to do my best, and from memory, and you untab these wings. They are tabbed in on the bottom, and then you're just going to kind of rock them up like that because you do need clearance. This is a fun transformation, in my opinion. It is challenging in certain areas, but not like overly challenging. And I believe that what I'm experiencing in terms of the fun factor, this is all from like MP, whatever that is, the Starscream MP, right? I believe so. Anyway, so we're going to bend this up. I have a little bit of difficulty getting this in here, and there are a lot of double hinges. And so once that's bent, I found that I have to kind of push down a little bit, and then it works. Same thing for this side. You double hinge it up, and then you just push down, like downward like that before pressing down to get it to fit. But yeah, lots of nice like tab stuff. That is all tabbed into the side. That is all tabbed into the side. And then this will tab in to this side. If I can find that right bit. And then this will lift up, right? Oh, you know what? Maybe I need to tab that over here. Yeah, so I won't bend the wings back like that. Yeah, here we go. That's right. One more tab. But yeah, I find it quite fun. And like I said, it's probably from the Starscream design because most of this takes from that particular Starscream design. And so from here, we'll just kind of like try to break this section a little bit. And then after that, you can split the legs apart as well. But yeah, man, Starscream has had so many iterative designs. I mean, the first one was done by the Macross creator, Kawamari-san, Kawamari Shoji, right? Shoji Kawamari, and people didn't like the little wings hanging off the side of his waist, and they felt that that was a very Kawamari-esque thing to do because the Macross Plus and Macross 7 Valkyries are designed like that, and so they redesigned that one. And then now we have this current iteration here, which is pretty nice. And handling this actually makes me want to handle the real Starscream. And I feel that that's kind of like a good KO will make you do that. It'll make you want to get the real thing. You know what I mean? Or a bad KO. I don't know. So you lift this bit up. The foot is over here. You peel it down, and then you're going to press it all the way down. And then there's a light click that you're going to hear. I don't know if you'll be able to hear it, but let's see. You hear that? That'll kind of like... It's a little bit of a knuckle ratchet, a knuckle joint, so to speak. And what I mean by knuckle joint is, you know, when you crack your knuckles, you press it down hard enough and you hear a... It's kind of like that. Can I still crack my knuckles? Huh, I used to be able to do that. Okay, one hand. The other hand's lost it. So this bit you have to extend this out. And so you can kind of pull, but I found that if you... bending this and then bending it outward and having this flip while you hold it down, that's kind of like the best way to do it. And then you keep this out and then you fold this in, and this has to tab in. You got to lift, and that tabs into that, and that tabs into that, and then the knee highs, you can push those up. The silver, it's done well, but there's some like pock marks on the plastic. You see that, right? But anyway, same thing for this side. I mean, it's a really, really fun design, to be completely honest. And it makes the deformation space one feel a little bit over-engineered, even though that is actually my favorite Starscream. But that one's just a nightmare to transform. And this one is not that nightmarish. One more time we bring it down to hear that knuckle. Okay, didn't hear it on that one. And then we bring this out. Then we bend this and unfold, and then hold it down with your thumb so that this remains flush. And then you can straighten out the leg as best as one can. Bring this back down, lift, have that tab in here, and then tab in there like so, right? The legs are fun, and arguably they are the easiest part of the transformation, and somewhat intuitive to some degree. Let me just get these all the way up. There we go. And these you can, maybe we'll hold them later. I don't know if I need them for, sure, why not? I think I'll be okay in terms of clearance. This section over here is probably the most, what the heck was that? Yo, I thought there was an earthquake right now. Holy smokes, dude. Whoa, like I can feel adrenaline rushing through me. Whoa. And I'm still hearing, like, there is some type of shaking in the building right now. Whoa. All right. You just kind of pop this up. That's a trip, dude. That's a weird trip, man. Like feeling adrenaline coursing through you. Like, whoa. So this is neat. You split this, and then you bring this off to the side, and that is a really, really cool design. Simplistic yet cool. And then you're just gonna bring this up. Whoa. Hold up for a second. Yo, did you hear that? That shaking that I mentioned in the building caused something from my display to fall down. Well, I'm gonna check later if there was an earthquake in this area. Yo, what a trip, dude. All right. What was I talking about? I don't know what I was talking about. Oh, about how this is cool, I think. Yeah. And then this, you can kind of bend the nose cone down and then release this air brake thing. This will double hinge up. There's a lot of double hinges on this thing, and they're used very intelligently. And then we'll get that to tab in there once you have the double hinge in the appropriate spot, but it's just kind of tight. There we go. There we go. And this is not just going to hang freely. Once you convert the nose cone, it'll actually tab into another spot, and just beautifully done. Okay. We're just going to bring these up to get additional clearance. And for some reason, some of this reminds me of the New Age transformation. Not 100%, but I don't know. Hold on for a second, all right? That shaking is still happening, man. That's weird. Anyway, these arms are tabbed into the front. And so what you want to do is you want to lift them up and bring them out like this. And then you can start peeling this out. And then this is the entire piece over here, right? And once again, you want to lift up and bring that about 90 degrees. And then from here, you can just peel out. This next section is a tad bit tricky, but you just want to get the head out of the way as best as possible. Because what you need to do is you need to fish this out. And it's on tight hinge. And once you fish this out, you want to fish this down and get it past. There's a little tab there that'll that's a little, like, I don't know, demarcation for the ribs, I guess. But yeah, just move the head out the way and then bring this out, and that's a tight hinge. And once again, bring this down, and you may just have to lift a little bit to get it past that little tab in there. And I believe that tab is where the arms lock in. Okay, so far so good. From here, the air brake, I believe it's an air brake or radar, maybe. Not air brake, yeah, it's a radar. This is not only functional in terms of showing this radar dish, but you're actually going to move this, and yes, it is going to offset, but that's fine. You can actually slide it back, and this is going to, well, it's supposed to fold down eventually. All right, hold up. Maybe it's supposed to fold up. Yeah. Maybe it's supposed to fold up over here. Yeah. There you go. Okay, but before we do all of that, let's get these things out of the way. We're going to open up the cockpit, which I failed to show off earlier. You're going to bring this down as best as possible. And then might be doing something wrong here. But you're going to do this, and you're going to bring those side pieces up. And then after you've done that, you're going to bend this upward. Oh, there we go. There we go. And after you've done that, you're going to slide this back as far as possible. And yeah, I think it's supposed to be like that. So now you can see that it's all compressed and compact, right? Now, here's the tricky bit. The head is flipping out over here, right? You got to get this. You got to get this entire piece to get in here. And so what I found works is you bend this, you bend the chest forward as far as you can go without damaging any of the plastic or any of the plastic. So you bend that as far as it can go, and then you push it in there. But you see that hinge, it has to sit in that little space. And so you see that? You see how it compressed, right? And then after that, you just push up as much as you can. And I think it's through. Yeah, I think it went through. And if we did that properly, this right over here will line up and tab into that. There we go. And so now we've done it correctly. And that wasn't that bad, actually, to be completely honest. And then we'll just bring these down. They will tab in, and so just be mindful about where you line up the tabs. And then this will spin, and it will come down to cover this back part, and that's pretty clean. I like that. Like I said, I like a lot of things about this. I wish there was a little bit more finesse, just a little bit better QC, and I feel like this would be a real contender. I mean, I think it is a contender as it stands right now, but just a little bit more QC, just a little bit more QC on the fit and finish, and I think it could be a contender. I think the arms are a little bit small, and mine, you can see, has a little bit of paint abrasion right there. I think the arms could stand to be a little bit bigger, just a little bit, but for the sake of the transformation and the sake of the economy of space and what they need to do, I can overlook that. So we'll bring that out. Turn the fists. And it's interesting that he has these little circles here, huh? I didn't know that Thrust has those, but I guess that's part of the design, because why else would they go out of their way to include that, right? I don't know Thrust well enough, and I certainly don't remember those circles, but he has them. And then for the face, what you want to do is you want to spin this around, and it's pretty cool. You bring the nose up, and then as you push the head in, the sides of... actually, I guess not. I guess you do need to kind of lift out the sides, push out the sides a little bit, and then you can push... you can push in the face once those sides have been lifted up, but I'm having a great difficulty. There we go. There we go. Then we bring this down. And that's pretty much him in his bot mode, huh? Let me clean him up really quick, and I'll be right back. All right, here he is in his bot mode, and dude, this is a good-looking bot, man. Look at that, dude. I know it took a little bit of trials and tribulations to get through that trail of transformation, but man, the end result, you can't deny, dude. He has presence, my dude. And he's kind of tipping over right now, but yeah, he has presence, dude. It's real nice, dude. Looks like how I would want a masterpiece Thrust to look. I mean, I don't want to harp on the other versions that came out before this, like Takara and Make Toys, but I just feel like they didn't hit the mark. But this guy does it, man. This guy does it. I love the way the legs look. They embody that like sleek, kind of like gallant, strong, like svelte look that I kind of associate with Seekers. The arms, like I said, the forearms are a little bit small. I wish they could be maybe like 5% larger, but I'll take it, dude. I'll take it. The range of motion is pretty good. I mean, there's going to be little bits and stuff that move and here and there just because there's so many hinges as part of the transformation. I think the back, for what it's worth, cleans up nice. This kind of thing over here, yes, you can see all of this stuff, but how often are you staring at the back of the bot, right? I think the transformation is fun. I like how this kind of like connects and stores up and everything just kind of like locks in place. Whoa. Whoa. Yo. There was another shake right now. Holy smokes, dude. What is going on? Sorry. I think this, for the most part, cleans up well. I love the tabbing mechanisms, how everything tabs in, tabs in, tabs in, tabs in. And this even like folds up nicely, and it's pretty streamlined and flush to the side of the body. I think it's really, really well designed. Yeah, and again, kudos to the Takara designers who thought of the new Seeker design. But kudos to these guys, the MPU folks who converted that design into a cone head. I'm really looking forward to handling the Ramjet now, and my guess is they'll probably do the other ones as well. My only gripes about this is that, yeah, the QC could be done a little bit better. Paint could be a little bit better, perhaps plastic so that you see like less pock marks like on the knees. Paint is decent, but yeah, like I said, there are some blemishes like on those bits that you kind of like see over there. And some of the areas the paint is a little bit too thick. But overall, man, yo, I give him really, really high marks. The range of motion, I'm sure, is pretty good because this is based off of the Masterpiece design. And yeah, like I'm sure. I don't really like, it's not that I don't like going through the range of motion, but it's like, unless it's not doing something that it's supposed to, I just assume that all the modern toys basically are going to be able to do the same things. But dude, he has tremendous presence. Has a little bit difficulty standing, but not like too much. You can get him in some like really cool poses. And if you're trying to put together a Masterpiece Seeker collection, yo, I think this guy's for you, dude. I really like this guy a lot. Yeah. And if you like this too, you can pick yours up at TF Safari and utilize the codes that you see on the top corner of my screen. Okay. Very well done. Out of a 10, I would give him a solid 8. Solid 8. I would give him a 10 if actually the QC was better, but because it's not, and just general manufacturing and yeah, all of those things kind of considered, a solid 8. But I would love to give him a 10 if just a couple of things were tightened up. Thanks for watching, and I appreciate y'all being here. Okay, bye.